Welcome to Talk Theory. It's your host, Kiara Barnes, where I talk all things life, what makes us human, and what makes us superhuman. Sit back, relax, and join me for a chat. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Talk Theory. Glad to be with all of you folks again. Friendly reminder, Fantasy Island airs tonight on Fox, per usual, 8/7 Central. And then we will be on Hulu the very next day. So if you don't catch us tonight, you can always get your little booty on Hulu and check us out. So make sure you're staying up to date with us. We are now on episode 7. We've got 6 more to go. So it's going to be exciting. This one's a little more, I don't know. It's a little more kind of scary-ish. I don't know. You'll have to check it out to see. Okay. I am just really excited to get back on here. I have missed y'all and was really looking forward to recording this. I just want to jump straight into it today. Today is about having fun. Woo, woo, woo. I need to start putting sound effects into these. But just doing things because it sounds fun. And this was inspired because I've recently come out of a little bit of a funk. I just felt like I was trying to force and control too much and just thinking way, way too ahead with the future that it started really bogging me down. And, don't get me wrong. I do think that preparing and thinking ahead can be good, but it also becomes not so great when you start becoming obsessive over an outcome, which, I should do another episode on about how to let go of the outcome. But anyhow, with this happening and just feeling a little out of whack with myself, I just started doing anything that seemed fun. I just needed to feel lighter again, not so heavy in my head about stuff. So I started asking myself in my morning meditations, what should I do today? And then just doing whatever the first thought that came to me. And I did try this once a few weeks back. I don't know if I ever mentioned it on a podcast. I may have. But I did that, and I was guided to go to the zoo. And as random as it was, I was like, okay, sure. And I went, and it was actually so peaceful and nice. I went on a random Tuesday in the middle of the day and just walked around. There wasn't a ton of folks there. But it was really just nice. And so I remember doing that before, and I decided to try it again recently. So again, same thing. My meditation was like, what should I do today? And I just got told to go to the Huntington Botanical Gardens. Never been. And let me just say, by the way, the property is huge. I didn't realize that there was so much ground to be covered. I thought it was just going to be one garden, but they have multiple gardens, and they even have art museums and installations. And so I was just walking around seeing where it would take me. I didn't really have a plan, which ended up actually being a good thing because it was a really, really beautiful day. I think for California, it was that day that it hit 78 or 80 or something degrees randomly. And it was just amassing. Um, and so it was just nice to just kind of actually not have anything planned and just enjoy the moment and enjoy the day for whatever it was and what it was going to bring me. And while I was there, I ended up being in such a meditative state and went into a meditative state a few times because there was so much just peace and quiet and I was by myself to think. And I had some really deep thoughts, you know? And so I appreciated it because I think I don't know, maybe if I didn't follow that intuitive hit to go there, I wouldn't have had those thoughts or the feeling of inspiration or to feel good because I would have maybe been like, I don't really know the point. I'd go by myself. I'll just stay inside and just be at home, right? And then maybe I wouldn't be so inspired to be thinking so deeply. And then after that, I just took myself to dinner and just enjoyed, just enjoyed. And so I did this whole thing again the other day. I talked about it in the last episode for Dune using the voice. How I'm currently manifesting a new home that has more rooms so that I don't have everything so cramped into one room for recording, office work, self-tape, and a guest bed. There's too much going on in one room. So, I've been on the good old Zillow looking around and I found this amazing place and it just felt super connected to it right away. And the next morning I was in meditation and just got the feeling to go drive by and see it in person. But the thing was, it wasn't just like a quick little, I'll just a little 10-minute, 15-minute drive. It was like 45 to an hour away. But I don't know. I've been listening to my inner voice. And so I decided to do it. Just go a little earlier in the morning after my meetings. And honestly, I had so much fun. I turned on some music and just really enjoyed the scenery. And I don't know if I've mentioned before, but also that this place that I was looking at was not initially the area I wanted to go to. But it just, I don't know. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this when looking for a home or a place or something. You can't really explain it. It's just kind of a feeling where you're like, this is it. This is the area. It feels really, really like I've been here. It's comfortable, feels like home. And so even though it wasn't initially what I was looking for, I really liked it. It was very serene and just very quiet. And so happened to be super close to a particular beach that I love. And so that was really nice. But after that, I kind of drove around, decided to go get some food and just take in this new area because I don't know it at all. And I just had such a lovely time. I don't have any other way to really explain the feeling of just trusting a very intuitive thought to go do something and then following through and then being rewarded with such good feelings. And, I drove back. I finished up on some music that I'm working on. If you don't know, I don't even think I've mentioned it actually on the podcast yet. I am a musician as well, as an actress, but I have music right now under Kiki Barnes, Kiki Barnes, and it's on all streaming platforms. I have 2 EPs out, Sirens to the Moon and Rebirth. But the project I'm working on right now, finishing, is actually going to be an album. Look at me graduating to the album. And it's going to be called Home. So, yeah, just throwing that out there because I realized I don't know if I've actually talked so much about my music career as well. But anyhow, so came home, worked on that. That was really nice. Music's always just therapy. Um, and I had a lot of fun that day. Everything just felt so easy. And, in fact, because I was in such a good mood when I came home, I ended up writing something really upbeat and lovely and just nice. Now, my next venture is I bought a crochet kit. Yes. Now, some of you are going, really, Kiara, crochet? And my answer is yes, really. Yeah. The thing is, I was on TikTok, and I know this is how it always starts. Like, really, for real, you have to buy everything on TikTok. But I was on TikTok, and I saw this guy, and he had crocheted this cute little orange. It was so soft looking and so cute. And I was just immediately, yes, like this looks so fun. So I'm going to do it. So now I'm going to start getting the skills down so that I can make hats and such. But the ultimate goal is to be able to do a blanket. I want to do a blanket. But all to say that I've been really just enjoying these last few days, just asking, what sounds fun to do today, and then just doing that. Obviously, any work that I get, I do. And even within work, I've been making an effort to make things more entertaining rather than worrying about, I don't know, the outcome part of work. Like, what happens after this, deadlines, things like that. Like, at the end of the day, you'll have tasks, you'll have work, you'll finish all these things, but we tend to get so obsessed with having to know everything. And so essentially making things more fun and focusing on having more fun basically just keeps my mind way more intrigued on different things than over obsessing, over analyzing on every moment and virtually just trying to control things. And really that's kind of where anxiety and stress even stems from. It's just, I think, is from that obsessive need to want to know how everything works. So then, and it makes sense. It's coming from wanting to feel safe and secure. But, I think there comes a point in time as humans where we have to realize that we just aren't going to know everything. We can't fully predict our days, and all we really know is what we are doing in the current moment. And I don't know. I can honestly say doing this has cut down a lot of that stress and anxiety because I don't have, I'm so focused on other things that I don't really have time to sit and freak out essentially, and then more times than not recently, I've been just thinking, wow, life really is pretty fun and amazing. I'm so glad to be having a good time. And it's because every day I've chosen something, even a movie, an audiobook, going on a walk, going to some random garden, just anything, even if it's just once in a day. It does also kind of just uplift me mentally and help with productivity, I'd say, for sure. I just feel more inspired when I'm in a good mood, which I feel that's most folks. And it's just brought this childlike wonderment back into life. I even started watching cartoons again. And it's just, I like it. It's just less intense, and I honestly guys, it just feels good to have a good time, not be so uptight and so serious about every little thing. Like, it's actually nice to just feel refreshed a little bit every once in a while, to go do something different. And to go by yourself as well. I would like go do things by yourself. You don't always have to be in the company of someone else to be able to have a good time. So yeah, I'm going to continue to do this. I'll keep you folks updated. You know, follow me on TikTok because that's my new place for vlog like content, and I talk more self-help stuff there too. I think it's official Kiara Barnes on TikTok. But seriously, definitely give this a try. Just go do something that sounds fun, and you'll see that it's gonna uplift your spirits. Like, I just feel like we put so much pressure on being perfect and having everything sorted out. And it's like, if we, lived how we used to when we were kids and just were so curious and just wanting to have a good time more than not, and how quickly as a kid we were able to let go of things that bothered us all so we could have a good time again, I really do feel like it would help a lot of people. It's definitely helped me in my mental health. And I know I feel bad because like California winter is not as bad as other winters, but I just think, I don't know. I have like definitely a visceral reaction to winter weather versus summer. Like, I really do need the sun and need greenery and all of that. So during these winter months when it's a little more cold, where it's like kind of more uncomfortable to go outside, it is kind of nice to try and find activities to do, even if it's like go to a movie, go to an aquarium. That just keeps me more inspired because I'm still experiencing things outside of just my normal day-to-day wake up, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, and work in between. So like I said, this is a short one today, but I just want to throw this in as a little reminder to have fun. So my theory this week, and I will say this too, it's uncomfortable at first to just be going to these places. Like, I was walking around the zoo, not really sure what was going on, and you can feel a little silly at times. But you have to realize that no one is watching you. No one freaking cares that you're at the zoo. They're at the zoo, okay? And no one freaking cares that you're walking around the gardens by yourself. No one cares, everyone's just enjoying their thing. So I think that's another thing too, a little reminder about this and having fun and choosing things that sound pleasing to you. Like, don't feel embarrassed about it. And I think I can get into my head sometimes of like, oh, I want to go there, but is it going to be weird because I'll be by myself? And it's not weird. You're in your head. If anything, if someone glances at you, they're going to remember you for 0.5 seconds and then go on to whatever else they were focused on. So, kind of like you, me, I see people all the time, but I don't think so deeply of wow, they're alone right now. I can't believe they came here alone. It's no, I just walked past them. So anyway, the theory this week is this: honoring the child in you will bring a new appreciation for life. Honoring the child in you will bring a new appreciation for life. Folks, I swear, the more we tap into our childlike wonder, we are just open to so much more and can experience all the love, possibilities, connections. But we have to be open and get comfortable being a little uncomfortable, like I was saying, you know? Sometimes it's true. Going to a new place and to socialize can be a little nerve wracking because that means, well, I have to go out of my comfort zone. But honestly, within my experience, I'm happy that I do that because then I expand my horizons and I'll have these really new deep conversations and meet new people, and it's really worth it. It really is. So again, I urge you folks to become your younger self's best friend this week and just do something that you enjoy. Have fun with it. Okay, folks, don't forget tonight there's an all new episode of Fantasy Island. And like I said, at the top of the show, this one's a little more, thrillery, mystery-ish kind of vibe. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. Again, we air on Fox tonight, 8/7 Central. Next day, Hulu. So I shall see you there. Okay. Love you. Bye.